Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica and this is Unite Inside, and we help people unite with all the parts inside of them. And welcome back to the Unleash the Goddess Inside series. This is the last part and it's the most important one. It's about how to heal your feminine wounds. As a woman, you have a lot of feminine wounds that stop you and block you from fully tapping into your great, beautiful feminine energy. And in this video, you will learn how to fully tap into it and how to fully get rid of all the blocks, everything that is in your way. And for us to be able to understand that, I want to start with knowing that your femininity, like your feminine traits and qualities, a lot of times as a woman, when you come to this world, what happens is that you hear things like feminine energy is weak. Being feminine is weird. Being feminine is weak. It's something that's not good. Don't do that. Oh, don't be a bitch because a bitch is weak. Things like that, you know? Just like things that make you feel ashamed of your own femininity. And as a woman, when you grow up hearing things like that about your feminine energy, when your feminine energy is not being appreciated or no one sees the value in it to begin with, and no one is able to talk about how beautiful it is or how good it is to be in your feminine energy. All the women before you that have been in their feminine energy have been treated really bad, have been degraded, devalued, unappreciated, looked down on, and you just as a woman, even if you have not been really experiencing this with a man, even if you've never experienced being looked down on or being actually degraded as a woman for being in your feminine energy, if you look and you see that your mom is going through it or your friends are going through it or your female like coworkers are going through it, and you just see it, and as a kid, as a woman, as a little girl, what happens is that it really starts to give you this message that feminine energy is weak, feminine energy is shameful, feminine energy is no good, it doesn't lead you to anything good. It's not safe to be feminine. All these messages that you get as a girl, as a little girl, and that's what happened to me as a woman. When I was a little girl, I saw how my mom was treated and how she was not being appreciated for being feminine, and no one really saw the value in her femininity. No one really gave her any sort of appreciation. You know that in the past women used to like clean and cook and do a lot of things around the house, or be like able to be a housekeeper or be able to just nurture the house as a feminine, because when a woman is doing that, she's like channeling her feminine essence, you know, because it's like a nurturing thing. But a lot of us, if we saw from our society that women has not been treated well, they have not been treated well when they're feminine. Instead, they have been treated like they're mates, or they have been treated like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, come on. Go cook me some dinner, things like that, you know, just like really disrespectful, not being treated well, not being appreciated for what you do to begin with. And like when you're in your feminine energy, or when you're doing anything of service, or just anything that can channel your feminine energy, even just being in a feminine state is being looked at as weak, is being looked at as, oh, you know, like you're weak, or you're this, or just all these like labels being used, being degraded, being devalued, like no one actually appreciating feminine energy, and everyone praising masculinity in this society. Everyone's like, oh, you're a man, you're the man, oh, you're powerful, oh, you provide for a woman, you deserve all the worship in the world, oh, your woman does all those things, she is nothing, what does she do at home all day? She didn't do this, she didn't do that. There's like always something going on. Like a woman is never being, you know, appreciated for the things that she does, for like keeping someone's kids healthy, for feeding someone's kids, for being able to raise someone's kids, and I know it's her kids too, but like she's not being given any praise for that. She never is being given any praise for being a good mom, but being like a good dad is like, oh, you're such a good dad, or oh, you're an amazing husband. You provide for your woman. You do all of that. Oh my God. But as you can see, like a woman could be doing a lot more, like with her energy and with her femininity and with her nurturing, and she's not being appreciated and valued for that. No one is valuing that femininity in her. And so what does that make her do? When you treat her like your maid, when you treat her like she's your maid, and that the things that she does for you to make you happy are not being appreciated. Instead, the things that she's doing for you are making her be used by you, are putting her in a position where she's going to be used by you. Now you're going to expect her to always clean up after you, or to always cook you every time you want. Like, oh, just get up and cook me something. Just like not being appreciated. All of that happened to women in the past, and women that used to be fully comfortable being in their femininity. As a woman, we are like, our nature is to surrender into a man. Our nature is to be able to like, not, I don't want to say the word submit, but just like follow someone's leadership. But when we see that a man is taking advantage of that power that he has, where like a woman wants to give a man that power to like lead her, or to be a leader in their house, or whatever it is, and he's taking advantage of that power, and instead he's starting to control her, or he's starting to not consider her best interest, and not consider her boundaries or her feelings or anything. He's just taking advantage of the fact that he's in that position of power, and instead he says things like, oh, I'm the man, oh, I'm the man of the house, oh, you need to shut up and listen to me. And where all he's doing is doing things that he's only following his ego. He's only doing things that that like serve him, and he's not considering her feelings. He's not considering what she wants. He's only considering what he wants. He's completely bulldozing her completely, and he still calls himself the man. So like, what do you do in situations like this as a woman going through this and feeling like being talked down to, or men that provide for women and they end up like, you know, taking their freedom away, or telling them, rubbing it all in their face, like, oh, I did this for you, and I did this for you, and I did this for you, what did you do for me? Things like that, you know. It just makes women say, fuck this crap, like, I don't want to deal with it. But still, you want to be a woman. You want to be in your femininity. You want to be living and relaxing. You want a man to be there for you. And you still have those desires as a woman, but you're not able to live them in this world. You feel like this is hard, like you can't live. And so what happens is that you either become someone that is a woman that's okay with a man controlling her, okay with a man not giving her her rights, and just stays in that position because she has to, or because she wants to feel feminine and she just does not want to like come out of that femininity, but still she's living a very disempowering life. Or you become the I'm independent, or I'm a independent, strong woman type, which you completely get out of someone's, you don't want to be in someone's system, you just want to be in your own system. What I mean with this is, you don't want a man to be the man in your life. You are the man in your own life. You adopt, you create your own masculine energy, and you work, and you get money, and then you do all the masculine things for yourself. You take the trash, you do everything for yourself. But that is also not good, because what happens when you do that, it's a trauma response to the abuse that women has been through. What happens is that women go through another layer of trauma where they feel masculine. They go from soft to numb. They go from soft to tough. Like, they're tough, and they stop being vulnerable, and they end up being numb. Like, they numb out their feelings. They start being in their head instead. And this is all a trauma response, because she doesn't feel safe. because she hasn't found an actual divine masculine that is able to do all those things for her and make her feel like a woman without traumatizing her, without abusing her, without overstepping her boundaries, without completely ignoring her feelings, you know? So what I'm talking here about is the trauma that you've been through as a woman and what made you not want to be in your feminine energy. And this is what's blocking you from experiencing your amazing, magical, magnetic femininity. So you feel anxious instead of feeling relaxed like a woman, feeling like you're trusting, you're open. Instead of that, you're closed off. Your walls are up. You have your arm up. It's like you have your armor on. It's like everything is so. It's like you're a warrior or like you're a fighter in this world. That this is your energy. You become like you need to fight. Like, oh, I'm ready for some fighting. And it's just so bad. It's like actually a coping mechanism to cope with how unsafe you feel, how unappreciated you feel, how deep down you have a feminine woman that's being suppressed and denied and disowned. You denied, you suppressed, you disowned your feminine energy. And you became a man, basically. You became your own man. You did all the hardships. You made all those things for yourself. You worked for yourself. You defended yourself. You protected yourself. All these things are masculine, and you did that, and you fought. And it doesn't feel good as a woman because you're out of alignment with your feminine energy. Okay? When you do that, you don't feel like a woman. You actually don't even know who you are anymore. It's a really hard thing to do. I've been through it. I did it before, and it's so hard. It's so painful. It's so exhausting. You feel like you're never enough because you'll never actually be as good enough as a man in this world because you're a woman and you are not actually like a man, a masculine man. And so no matter what you do, you're never gonna do it like a man, and so you always feel like you're not good enough in this society. And then you get into this mode of like wanting to prove yourself, wanting to prove that you can do it as like just like a man. You can do this, you can do that, and then your mentality becomes completely shifted towards something that's not even yours. You're fighting a battle that's not even yours. You know, like you become this. You create this world that you don't even like, that you don't even want to be a part of, but you are a part of because you feel like you're supposed to be. Like a masculine woman, you're supposed to be doing all these things. You're supposed to be an overachiever. You're supposed to, and then your energy is anxious. You don't have any nurturing powers anymore. You don't listen to your intuition anymore. You're all logical. You're all up in your head. And you're out of alignment with your power, with your superpower. You're not able to manifest things quickly because you have became out of alignment with that manifestation power that you have. You're disconnected from your cycle. You're not able to regulate your own feelings, and you get angry. Maybe you yell at other people, or maybe you go all inside and numb and you take it all on yourself. I don't know, just all these coping mechanisms that you can get into when you're not really in your feminine energy. Your cycle becomes crazy. That's why women have crazy PMS symptoms, because they don't feel safe and they don't feel protected, and they're not in a community that can really support them, or they're not in a relationship that's actually supportive of their femininity. And they're trying so hard to be something that they're not. As a woman, you're not a man. But if you're trying so hard to live a life like a man would live it, then look how exhausting that will be like. It's so exhausting. As a woman, you didn't come here for the same reasons that a man came here for. I just want to tell you that as a woman, you came here to heal the world, to nurture the world, to give love to the world, to have compassion for the world, to hold the world. And you can't do that if you're not being protected and fended for and provided for and loved and cherished the way you need to, the way you deserve to. By yourself or by the universe, like by you opening up your heart. And I'm going to show you how to do that. If you don't have a man in your life to do it for you, then you can get the universe to do it. I'm going to show you how you can get yourself to do it, and how you can get the universe to do it, and how you can get a man to do it. But this is going to happen later on in this video. But if you're not living according to your feminine energy, what happens really is that, as I'm saying right now, you are out of alignment with your own energy. And that is the worst thing you can ever do. You're out of alignment with your power. You can't listen to the universe. You can't hear the messages of the universe. And so as a woman, you're connected to the womb, you're connected to Mother Earth, and you can't do your job in this world that you actually came for, which is healing the world, which is nurturing the world. How can you do that? How can you have that energy, that presence that can heal people? That presence, that light that you actually came here for. As a woman, you have qualities that men don't fucking have and will never fucking have. As a woman, you have powers that men cannot tap into and will never be able to unless if they're a woman. Okay? And so that's why when you're not tapped into your own powers, which I have explained and talked about in other videos in this series, to become an actual goddess, when you're not able to do that and you try to go to the man's powers, because men have their own power and women have their own power in this world. Everyone has something to give into this world. Everyone has something that they're so good at, that they're so incredibly good at. Okay? And as a woman, you're good at a lot of things that we're not exercising, we're not practicing, we're not tapping into. Because the more you try to be like a man in a man's world, the more painful it will become, the more disconnected and cut off you are from your own divine feminine energy, the goddess of the universe. You're basically cut off from your, so basically you came from a higher self that came from the goddess part of the universe. And to not be connected to the goddess is the worst thing ever. Knowing that you are a mini goddess, actually. You came into this world in this body, you actually are a goddess, and not being able to tap into that goddess mode is the worst thing ever. And wanting to be something else other than yourself is never gonna work out. As a woman, that's why you feel not good enough. Is because you have things that you are enough, that you are more than good enough for. But if you try to be someone you're not, you're never gonna be able to. That's what I'm trying to explain right now. For women, this is an evolution. I call it divine feminine rising. It's different than feminism. It's so empowering for the actual fact that this is your actual, this is where you actually free yourself for real. When you actually free your actual feminine energy. Okay? And you actually become your powerful self and you stop trying so hard things that you can't try. Like, for example, if a monkey tried to swim as good as a fish, he's never gonna be able to. Instead, he's gonna fucking drown. He's gonna drown. If he does it and he's like thinking, I want to be a fish because I'm not good enough as a monkey, I'm not good enough at like climbing or whatever it is that he does, you know, like instead he's gonna always fail at that because that's not his power. That's not what he came here for. He has other things that he's so good at. So everyone needs to embrace what they are good at. Okay, that's my message, is everyone needs to embrace who they are. As a woman, when you choose to let go of the world's expectations of you and you just tune back in to what you feel is in alignment with you. How do you want to live your life as a woman? What do you think will make you feel amazing and good and safe and relaxed as a woman? What will feel good to you? This world is not so that you can please everybody. Your life isn't, you're not living your life so that you can prove that you're good at something. If someone thinks something about you, let them think that about you. If someone thinks you're weak as a woman, they just don't know the powers of feminine energy. They haven't watched my videos yet about that. And so like, that's why everyone thinks whatever they think according to their own level of consciousness, their own level of understanding. And if someone's level of understanding is really low, don't let that stop you and don't let that make you get into this fight where you like try to prove yourself to them. Because that's so weak. When you try to prove yourself to someone, that's a sign that you don't know who you are. And so if you are trying to prove yourself as a woman, I want to tell you right now, you do not know who you are. Okay, baby girl, you don't know who you are. So watch my videos. So I have prepared a beautiful exercise that you can do so that you can re-own those feminine parts of you that you have abandoned because of society and what society said. So here I have this exercise. All you have to do is to get a pen and paper and ask yourself this question. So every time you do something feminine or you see someone doing something feminine, something that has something to do with feminine energy, how do you feel? I want to tell you, how do you feel? Um, Anything like being soft, or maybe putting makeup on or something. I'm talking about people that are like women that are extremely feminists that don't even like makeup, or women that like rejected pink colors, things like that. Women that completely reject their feminine energy, and also just any woman that knows she has something that she's not owning about her feminine energy. Like, I'm talking to you, like, is there a part of you when you do something, like when you act a certain way that's feminine, do you feel, how does it trigger you? Or when you see other people, other women acting feminine or doing anything feminine, like talking about their feelings, expressing their emotions, um, wanting to be fended for, or the desire to be provided for, or the desire to be cherished, whatever it is that you feel like other people or other women are experiencing that make you feel or trigger you. How does it make you feel? Is you're gonna ask yourself. Do you feel shame? Do you feel disgust? Do you feel weak? Do you feel like you're nothing? This feeling of like, I am nothing, I am completely I'm like nothing in this world, I'm devalued. Do you feel used? Like when you see women serving men, or when you see women doing something for a man or something like that, like does it make you feel used, or does it make you feel like that woman is going to be used, or do you feel like that woman is going to be devalued? Also, like when you do something about, like, just like get into how does it feel for you when you're being feminine. Also, when you think about being with a man that can provide for you, whatever it is, do you have any fears? Ask yourself if you are afraid of being put in a box, if you're afraid of being controlled, if you're afraid of being looked down on, if you're afraid of having your feelings being invalidated and not and judged. Do you fear being vulnerable? Are you afraid of expressing your feelings? Are you afraid of talking about your vulnerabilities, that you're afraid of something, or that just anything that can feel vulnerable for you? Are you afraid of expressing that? Do you feel like you should just woman up and be strong all the time? Do you feel anxious in situations where you don't believe that you deserve someone that can protect you? Do you feel like you're not worthy of protection? Do you feel like you're not worthy of being supported? Yeah, being supported. Do you feel like you're not able to, you can't trust anyone, you can't rely on anyone to provide for you, or to rely on, or to support you in any way? Do you feel like how does it feel? I'm just trying to get here. I'm just trying to touch on all the feminine wounds that you can be going through. Do you feel like it's unacceptable, or it's shameful to be a woman, or to be in your feminine energy? Do you feel like it's stupid, humiliating, or uncomfortable? Do you fear judgment when it comes to your feminine traits? Also, ask yourself, what are your desires as a person? Do you have an underneath desire to be provided for? Do you have a desire to be protected? Do you have a desire for you to surrender into a man? Do you have a desire to let go and surrender? Do you have that desire? Even though you might have thoughts like, oh, I don't want to surrender, I'm a bad bitch, things like that. But still, you have an underneath desire to do that. Do you have that? That's the part of you that is feminine, and it's still there, and it needs that. When I talk about parts of you that you have disowned and denied, those parts of you are still in you, and they will always be in you. No matter how much you try to push them away, you will never get rid of them. And this part of you needs what it needs for a reason. So because you have this energy of femininity, you need to give yourself what you need so that you can feel whole from within. And you can only do that when you heal from the wounds that you have already experienced. The fear of being controlled, the fear of, so I want to say that the fear of being controlled stops a lot of women from receiving contentment from men. Contentment is when a man is able to hold space for a woman to exist, and is able to take care of her needs. And like, for example, if she needs something, he's like, gonna provide support in every single area of her life. And I'm not only talking about money, it can be emotional support, it can be anything. That's called contentment. When a man is able to contain a woman, is able to give her space to exist, space to express her feelings, and also is able to take her as a part of him, which means that when a man is, like considering your needs as his needs, considering your desires as his desires, and so he's on them. When you have a desire, he wants to fulfill it for you. He wants to lead you into that desire that you have. He wants to be the one that is on every single desire that you have. And that is a masculine approach in your own life as a woman. And so I want to tell you this. When a man is in his masculine energy and a woman is in her feminine energy, she can inspire a man to want to make her dreams come true, literally. But this is not always about that. But I'm just saying that when a woman is being provided for in this way, she feels like so ready to like be completely committed to this man, because basically he becomes her world. Everything that she needs, everything that she wants, he's on it. He got it. He got her. He doesn't like let any open place for someone else to come in and help her, or from someone else to do that for her. He's like wanting to do that for her. He's like committed to her in that way. It's called devotion. When a man is finally in his masculine energy. And I'm not saying that he needs to fulfill every dream that she has, or that he needs to like completely give her the world, because that's hard. He's not going to be able to do that. But I'm just saying that when he's doing his best to do that for her, when he's in that mentality and doing his best, she feels completely owned by him in a positive way, not in a bad way. Like, she's not like, she feels like she is his, like she belongs to him. And that's what a woman wants to feel. Women hate feeling like they belong to no one, or they're betrayed, or they're completely abandoned. Like, women will feel abandoned when a man is not doing that for them. This is the biggest thing that a woman needs from a man, is for him to take her whole needs and feelings as a part of him. And that's the only way that a woman feels safe in a relationship with a man. Because when a man is not doing this for her, what happens is that she feels like he doesn't love her. She feels alone and unsupported. If he doesn't care about her needs, if he doesn't want to help her in any way, she feels as if he is, she starts to think, why am I with him? And he starts to think that too. Because if she's not allowing him to like do that for her, she's not giving him space to be a man. She's not giving him space to be himself. And that's what a man needs. A masculine man needs a woman to give him space to interfere in her life. Because that's what a man wants to do. He wants to be useful. He wants to be valuable in a woman's life. And same for a woman, she needs him to do that for her too. She needs him to interfere with her life as much as she wants. I'm talking about a woman that's fully in alignment with her feminine energy. When a woman is fully in alignment with her feminine energy, she is comfortable doing that. But women nowadays are not comfortable doing that. And for the reason for that is because they think, oh my God, who are you to do this for me? Oh, I can do it myself. And that mentality is like, it pushes away that man from your life. It like makes them think that they are useless. It makes them think, oh, why am I in her life? She doesn't even need me. She doesn't even want me in her life. Like, she wouldn't even let me be myself. Okay, that's why I let my man open the door for me, and I let him do all those things. I let him help me as much as he can. I let him interfere in my life as much as he can, and he feels good about it. He feels great about it, and I feel good about it too, because I feel like I'm being supported, I'm being cherished, I'm not alone, I'm not in this alone. If a man is in your life and he can't even help you, that's dangerous. Then what is he doing in your life? I want to tell you that relationships are a give and take, and a take and give. They're like, they need to be equal in this way. But if you are both equal, like if this person is like perfect in everything and this person is perfect in everything and balanced, where is the give and take? There's no give, there's no exchange between them. There's no exchange of like energies. Relationships are an exchange of energies. You give him your feminine energy, he gives you his masculine energy. And then you receive the energy that you don't have in your life. And he receives the energy that he doesn't have in his life. As a man, he needs nurturing. He needs love. He needs that compassion. He needs that acceptance. He needs to feel like he can just drop his armor and relax with you. And if you're a woman that's like always tough, oh my god, I'm gonna fight you, like that's not good. That's not a woman that a man needs in her life, in his life. He's not gonna need her. He's not gonna want her. He's gonna feel tense in front of her, feel like he needs to compete with her. It's just not a good energy. Women and men are not supposed to compete with each other. They're supposed to complete each other. This is the lesson. I was just trying to like really get this through your head, or everybody's head that's listening to this. Okay, so yeah, this is how to heal your feminine wounds, is to re-own them by asking yourself, how do you feel when you're, we're like back to the subject now. So how do you feel when you're doing something that's feminine? Anything that you feel, that is what you need to heal and let go of. If it's shame, if it's guilt, if it's humiliation, if it's feeling devalued, that means if you feel devalued and degraded, it means that you don't know the worth of your feminine energy. That means that you have to educate yourself on the importance of your feminine energy. Why is it important, and why you have to like embrace it and be okay with it. And that's why I made a lot of videos about how to actually embrace your feminine energy and how to actually know the value of it. Once you know the value of your feminine energy and how important it is for the world and for yourself in your own life, you'll know that it's safe to own it back. Okay? This is your guide back to yourself as a goddess. So I need you to work with your beliefs here. When you have a limiting belief that tells you that feminine energy is not powerful, that tells you that your feminine energy is weak, these are all limiting beliefs. This is shame. This is things that you're not able to embrace about yourself. You're not able to accept, which I made that video about shame and about how to practice self-acceptance. Go watch that video, those two videos, because they are important if you want to get rid of shame when it comes to your feminine energy. Yes, so yeah, this is about re-owning those parts of you that you have denied and disowned before that are feminine. Okay, and so being able to surrender, being able to receive, being able to nurture, being able to give love in different ways, being able to receive love in different ways, being able to let people, being able to trust that people can support you. It's beautiful. It's amazing. It's so good. And so now we're going to talk about other things that you can do to re-own those parts of you that are broken, and that they're not broken, but they're being brushed to the side. They're not being owned by you, even though there are parts of you that are feminine. Okay? So, 1, do not talk to people that don't like talking about feelings, or that are scared of feelings. People that are not okay with feelings are going to shame you for being a woman. They're going to shame you for expressing your feelings. If you're around those people, you might start to feel like your feelings are shameful, and your feelings are a big part of your femininity. And so please don't surround yourself with those people. They're horrible and they're not good for you. They're not good for your feminine energy either. 2, stop being in places and in environments that make you feel unsafe, that make you feel unprotected, that make you feel like you have to be masculine all the time, like you have to fight all the time. Environments, either, I don't care if it's work or if it's just the environment with like people that you're in, like a group of people, just like any situation, when people that are around you make you feel like you have to always fight, or you have to always be fending for yourself. People that are not supportive, get rid of those people. People that are not willing to support you for who you are, those people are not good for you or your feminine energy. They're gonna put you in a position where you need to always fend for yourself. Or maybe you have put yourself in a position where you're working and you're exhausting yourself. You have to get over the idea that you have to work for you to get money. As a woman, you have to know that there are a million ways that you can get money. You have to get rid of that belief that money can only come when you work. Money can come in many ways, in many things that you can do in your life. You have to you have to adapt a feminine way of being. What do I mean with that? Like, your life has to be in alignment with the way you live your life, has to be in alignment with your feminine energy. It has to support your feminine energy. Your life choices has to support your feminine energy. It has to make your feminine energy bloom. Don't make decisions out of fear. Don't make decisions out of lack. When you're afraid and then you start to work this hard job that a man would probably break if they freaking, because women are actually, they tolerate pain, and so you end up like working this job is even hard for men to do it. Like, fuck that. Please, as a woman, you have to know that you have an ability, because of your flexibility, you have an ability to like hold pain and to like endure pain, but don't endure pain anymore. I want you to not endure pain anymore. As a woman, do not endure anything. If something makes you uncomfortable, get out. Get out. Okay? So basically what I mean with this is your life needs to support you and to put you in your feminine energy. Okay? So what I mean with this is do your passions. Do something that you're passionate about. Do something that makes you feel good. Sing, dance, anything that you can, like, paint. Become a fucking painter. Do something where you can get money from that can make you feel good. Don't do things that exhaust you. Become a healer. That's why I'm gonna make a lot of videos about how to be a self-healer, so that you can become a healer and get money from that, instead of doing these hard jobs. A woman isn't supposed to do it like a man. You can get money in different ways. Call in a supportive masculine man that can provide for you. Do things that put you in your feminine energy. Do things that make you relax, that take you out of fight or flight mode. If you're always in your life in fight or flight mode, that is the worst thing. That kills your feminine energy. You can't be feminine when you're in fight or flight mode. All you're gonna do is be aggressive, be mad, be upset. Your energy will be all up. You're just gonna feel unregulated. And you don't wanna be dysregulated as a woman. You wanna be regulated, you wanna know your body, you wanna get to know who you are. You want to learn how to nurture yourself, love yourself, give yourself compassion. Those are the things that you need to learn instead of learning how to be a man. Fuck that. Don't be a man. Be a woman, because a woman's world is amazing and much better for a woman to live in. Create your own world. That's why we keep thinking, oh, this is a man's world. It's because we're wanting to become a man. Like, no. If every woman is starting to be fully in alignment with her feminine energy, she is going to be more, we're gonna create more of a woman's world too. It's gonna be a man and a woman's world. Okay, so yeah, so this is what I want to show you, and I hope that this is getting into you. Give yourself permission to be free and to be yourself, to set boundaries, to be masculine if you want sometimes. Like, I'm not saying that you have to only be feminine. If you are wanting to be masculine, or if there are situations in your life where you want to be masculine, then you can be. It's about being free. It's about feeling free. You have to know that you are your own person. You are your own leader. You can create the life that you want as a woman. But create a life that you want, that feels good to you as a woman, that feels great from the inside. A life that feels good to you, okay? Not a life that feels disempowering and angry and mad and you're always masculine and tense. Don't do that. Like, relax. Be happy. Raise your consciousness. As a woman, our consciousness is so high. Feminine energy is so high. In the consciousness of feminine energy, there is oneness. There's like, you're including everyone as a part of you. You are literally one with everything. So it's a high frequency to even be in your feminine energy. You know, it's so amazing. It's like very high. Even men need to rise into that level of like being one with everything and feeling one with everything. And men that go through ego deaths or that experience spiritual experiences, they become feminine too. Somehow. But like, then they can like regulate themselves back into their masculine energy. But like, that's not our job, and that's not what we're talking about in this video. So I also want to tell you that as a woman, if you don't have any way of being a woman or feeling like a woman, you can get the universe to do it for you. As you know, the universe can provide for you. You can trust that the universe can give you money, can manifest money for you. If you trust, the masculine part of the universe will manifest money for you. And then you will receive money whenever you want, whenever you can. I did it in my life and you can do it too. And also, it will send you people that are able to support you the way you want to. It doesn't matter if they're men or women, but they will support you. And so you can live the way you want to live as a woman in your feminine energy. When you believe that you can, the universe can send you anything that you want. People, circumstances, money, jobs that are supportive of your feminine energy, just anything, okay? And be your own boss, because being your own boss, you can work at any time you want, and you don't need to be doing those hard work things. You can just do your passion. Okay, so I love you so much. I hope that this video helped you. Do the exercise that I told you about, so that you can become fully whole from the inside, and you can own those parts of you that are feminine that you have disowned before. I love you so much, and I want to see you in the next video. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and comment, and have a great day.